Today we are going to watch two cup finals back to back at the home of football, Wembley Stadium. It is non-league finals day and we're down here on Wembley Way as the crowds start to build for the first game, which is the FA Vase final. Whilst we're down here, let's have a little moochie about. Let's kick things off with the view from Wembley Park Station, followed by a little stroll down Wembley Way, where there's plenty of merch on display for all four teams, including some rather fetching bucket hats. The flags were flying high, the streets were clean, but for one merch seller, he made a right mess and put the wrong gaffer on the FC Halifax Town scarf. Oops. The Newport Pagnell fans had the luxury of Box Park for their pre-match drinks. As the fans arrived, we asked them how they were feeling.
Good, excited.
Very good, excited.
Can't wait. We was here last year, we're here again this year, so buzzing for it.
Feel like being back at Wembley?
Brilliant. Didn't think it'd happen, but we've done it.
One player should we look out for in your team?
40 again. He scored 2 goals last year.
Albie Hall.
Yeah, Albie Hall. He's going to be dangerous.
Albie Hall,
Why is that?
because he's our top goal scorer.
Centre half.
Has he got a name?
Yes, and I can't think of it in a minute.
That is the best outfit I've seen.
Yeah, I know, look, you got the shoes as well to match. Shoes. So, you got to do it, innit? It's one off.
Are you not hot?
That'll come later. I'll worry about that later on. I ain't thought that far ahead.
What's your match prediction?
4th round penalties, Newport.
3-0 again. Let's go with it. 3-0 last year, 3-0 this year.
The Ascot fans were meeting at Wembley Arena for 11 AM, so no wonder when we got there at 10:30 it was rather quiet. However, there were still plenty of Yellow fans to speak to. How are you feeling about Ascot being at Wembley?
So excited, so happy, nervous, but I think good nerves.
Yellows always bring a good crowd, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Fantastic. I'm really excited for them to be here. I think they had a really great season. The men's team, the ladies' team, the boys' team, they're winning things left, right and centre, so I'm really excited for them.
And what do you make of the manager this season?
Great season. Yeah, he's been brilliant. Yeah, got promoted. Wembley trip, so yeah, love it.
Jamie's amazing, so supportive, looks out for all the lads always, and yeah, he's a good guy.
Right, I found you. People are looking for you on Twitter, aren't they?
So it seems.
Tell us about the outfit.
You've got to dress up. You've got to have a new suit for Wembley, haven't you? Let's be honest. So I went the whole hog and spent 37 quid on one.
And you got your drum as well?
Got a drum, yeah. Gone light today because obviously we've got to get in the ground, but hopefully we'll be okay with this one. But, you know, it's not the size of it, is it? So how loud you bang it.
And you were telling me you've got quite an important job. What are you doing today?
I'm announcing the team's pitch side for Ascot United at about 11:45, which is quite cool. So not every day of the week you can say you can do that at Wembley.
What kind of game are you expecting?
I don't know much about Newport Pagnell, but I heard they are returning champions, so I expect it will be a pretty tough game, you know, but I fancy us sneaking cheeky 1-0 win.
Who's the one player to look out for?
Marcus Mealing. Mealing's on fire. Your defence is terrified.
It's actually quite a special day for us at Location Football because it's the first time we've been given media accreditation at Wembley Stadium for a non-league game. We're absolutely buzzing. Not actually sure what that means, but it does give us access inside the stadium, which we're going to go and find out what we can and can't do. Let's go. There's a special media entrance next to Club Wembley where we picked up our lanyards and made our way to the press lounge. This is where all the big media outlets meet before the game, including TalkSport's The Moose. The first thing we got on the way in was a match day programme. First game, FA Vase final, Ascot versus Newport Pagnell. You've got loads of information there. You've got the teams. If you're staying for the second game, all you need to do is turn it over and you have the FA Trophy game between Gateshead and FC Halifax. Here's a fun fact for you. One person cutting the pitch will walk 12 miles. So if you ever need to get your steps up, just ask if you can cut the grass at Wembley. No, you don't have to pretend to be on your laptop.
Oh, all right, no, good business.
It was now time to try and locate our seats for the game. As you can see in the press box, there are loads of tables with tellies on and plugs so you can plug in your laptop and get to work. And every media outlet has their own table, and we are no different. Welcome to West Row 2, seat 2 and 1. This is where we're going to be sitting for the game. This is nuts. I've never been at Wembley and sat in one of these seats, so I'm excited to see what happens. So the first game today is Ascot United versus Newport Pagnell Town. We've actually been to Ascot before. When I say we, I went on my own when Scott was on holiday as they beat Wickham under the lights. This season they have been in fine form. They won the league with 4 games to go. They've been promoted to the Isthmian South Central Division, which is step 4 of that footy pyramid, and they prepared for this game by training at Reading Football Club. As for Newport Pagnell Town, they are the reigning champions of the FA Vase, so they know what it's like to play in front of a big crowd at Wembley Stadium. This season they finished 3rd in the league on 73 points, and they'll be playing in the Premier Division South next season. So who will take home the famous FA Vase today? We'll find out a little bit later on. The face of non-league, Mr. Ollie Bellis, how are you?
Don't know about that. Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm very well. This is our first experience in a press box for a non-league finals day. What can we expect?
It's pretty lovely here, if I'm being honest. It's not quite your typical non-league press box kind of environment. Very well looked after at Wembley. Great view as well, and something unique to watching a non-league game, we've got a second screen here. We know we can see replays of stuff. It's brilliant. We're just, at the moment, trying to work out how Ascot United are going to line up in the FA Vase. I've seen a bit of Newport Pagnell Town this season, obviously last season, a bit less of Ascot. I'm trying to work out exactly who's going to play left back and right back. Not that easy, but we're hoping to get there by 12:15.
And what kind of game are you expecting?
Well, all the quarterfinals of the FA Vase and the semi-finals of the FA Vase all went to penalty shootouts, so I'd be amazed if this isn't a really tight game. Maybe 1-1, an extra time and then penalties perhaps.
You go on air at 12 o'clock. What's your sort of match day routine?
So we normally get team news about an hour before, so figuring out who is playing where is quite key to commentating, working out who each player is, where they're going to play, how they're going to line up. That's kind of the last frantic hour before you go in on air. The rest of it, you've done your prep, you know who's scored what goals and things like that. The real tricky bit is working out who's playing where and the formations, and then from 12 we go on air and we strap ourselves in and we describe the action and see what happens.
Here's a zoomed in shot of where the match commentators sit, and here's the press box burger Scott is going to tell you all about.
We have had some incredible footy scram this year. We've had the Slovaki at Dulwich Hamlet, we've had the Currywurst at Ebbsfleet, and who can forget the Bullpit Beast at Hungerford. We're on finals day. Let's see what Wembley's got to offer. They're providing the burger. A random little addition, the hash brown. There is no cost today, part of the included with the press and media accreditation. Let's give it a rating. Crunchy. Minty. Heavy.
On media duties today is the brilliant Erin McLean, so I dashed down the steps to see if I could grab a word with the great man himself. Erin. How are you, mate? You okay?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Looking forward to it?
Looking forward to it, mate.
Looking sharp again?
Listen, I have to raise the standards, don't I? Do you know what I mean? If I don't do it, who's going to do it?
You here all day?
I'm all day, mate.
Catch you later.
Catch you later.
All the best, mate. Whilst we're down here, how good does the Wembley turf look today? Here come the teams for the Isuzu FA Vase final. Gaffer Jamie opting for the tracksuit vibe today, and there's Scott pretending to do media work. Over 10,000 Newport and Ascot fans enjoying their day out at Wembley. Obviously we can't show the match highlights, but it was a quiet first half. There was 6 minutes of injury time and it ended 0-0. During the break we were on the hunt to find one of the UK's biggest YouTubers. It was proving more difficult than we thought until Scott came back with the news we'd been waiting for. He'd found Smiv in the Lioness Bar, which had the FA Cups and Community Shield on display, plus the FA Cup balls. Right, we've been on the hunt to find Smiv and we have found him having a little beer and a bite to eat. How are you, my friend?
Cider.
Cider? Is it? Oh,
yeah, I'm a cider man.
You're a cider man.
I used to be fruit cider and that got a bit sugary, so I'm hitting the hard stuff now.
And how are you finding non-league's final day?
Love it. I mean, how can you not want to come to Wembley, which is the national stadium, of course, and see 2 cup finals? I don't see why there's not more people here. I love football at all levels, as many people know. So even if it's a crap standard, it's still good for me. So
and we've got a big one next, Gateshead versus
yes.
FC Halifax Town. What are you expecting from that one?
I was doing a lot of non-league content towards the end of the year and looking into how teams are performing. I saw Gateshead went on an amazing run to survive, and I feel like they're going to continue their good form. So I'm going to go with Gateshead.
What do you like about making non-league videos? Because yours are brilliant. You're the GOAT of non-league videos.
Oh, thank you. No, I think it's A is the access. It's B is easier to do. I think people are a little bit more welcoming at non-league, and I just love the community aspect and just meeting new people all the time. So yeah, non-league all day, every day. And I say this all the time, but people say that football isn't what it used to be, and they're talking about like the bigger game. Football is what it used to be at non-league level. It's still very much what it used to be. You can rock up, you can have a pint with the manager after the game, you can bring your dog along. I've just got a dog, by the way.
Have you? What kind of dog have you got?
We got a Cavapoo, which is a King Charles Cavalier and a poodle mixed. Lola her name is, and I always make comments in my videos about dogs at football, and I can finally bring a dog to the football. I'm well happy, so I can't wait next season.
Despite more dogs at football next season in your videos, what can people expect next year?
More of that. Even, yeah, no, I'm going to say, I did start, I'm doing a little pilot towards the end of the season about non-league, so I do a weekly segment on non-league, looking at all the best bits. It's called Best of the Rest, B-O-T-R. And my main thing is OTR, which is on the boat.
Yep.
With games, I normally look on Friday night where we're going. I never really plan, so again, I could be up north, I could be, actually fair, I'm never up north, but I'm running out of teams down south, so maybe more north next season.
Mate, you're absolutely brilliant. Thanks for your time, mate. Enjoy the second half.
Enjoy. Good to see you, and subscribe to Location Football.
There was a poster of the good old days at Tottenham and the famous Wembley Cup. Back on the pitch, Ascot scored with 10 minutes to go. That was the only goal of the game. Unbelievable scenes at the end as Ascot are crowned the winners of the Isuzu FA Vase. Where are we going now, Scott?
We are after the press conferences. We're going to go and speak to the managers, see if any of us have got the bottle to ask a question.
Have you?
Absolutely not. I'm hoping that it's going to be you.
We'll see.
Find out.
It was a bit of a trek to find the press conference room, but we finally made it and pretended we knew what we were talking about. On a personal level, how proud are you of what you've achieved, reaching 2 Vase finals?
It's a brilliant experience, a brilliant thing to be able to say that you've done and that, but it's not a credit for one man or things and that, so I don't look at it upon it of just me doing it or whatever. We've had coaches come and go through the season that come and go. Chancy's my assistant Gary, who's been excellent in organising other different things and work that he does off the football pitch as well, which allows me to do a bit more work on it. So it's a collectively, and I'm only a bit of one of that, you know. The most important ones are the players. So that's I'm privileged to have been their football manager, but they've put us in that position.
After that inspiring question, it was time to speak to the winning manager, Jamie Tompkins. Can you describe the feeling to lead your team out at Wembley?
It's proud, isn't it? It's just a proud moment. The biggest question I was asked whether I was wearing a suit or tracksuit. And I decided not to tell anybody, but I thought, look, tracksuit it is. It's got to be tracksuit for me. But yeah, proud, really proud. You know, walk out on the most iconic stadium there is in the world and to step onto that pitch and lead them out. Yeah, incredible. Just really proud.
That's it for the FA Vase. Time to head back to our seats because it is time for the FA Trophy between FC Halifax Town and Gateshead. It's going to be a great game. Let's go. On our way back, we popped into the TV truck where the match director and team produced the live broadcast to all you lovely people. So Carragher and Tyler are back at our table for the second game. Both these teams play in the National League. FC Halifax finished higher in 11th and Gateshead finished 14th. These teams met twice this season. Halifax came out on top once and the other game was a 0-0 draw. We're right by the Gateshead fans who are making a lot of noise. Both teams were finishing their warm-up as we tucked into our second meal. Question, is it a criminal offence to put ketchup on a roast? The lineups were out, so how was this Halifax fan feeling?
Nervous. I've been pretty calm all week, but now we've got you. Yeah, it's heavy, innit? It's hit you.
Who's the one player we should look out for?
Probably our captain, Jack Senior, loving defender, quality player, and Milani Kelly going forward as well. He's got 6 in his last 9. Great winger.
What's your prediction?
I'll say Town win 1-0.
Here come the teams for the Isuzu FA Trophy. Gateshead players showing some love for their supporters. One hell of a journey from the north to Wembley. To make things worse, they went 1-0 down in the first half. Whilst the fans grabbed a half-time pint, we went on a mini Wembley tour. There's the old Wembley Stadium. Now this is the original crossbar featured in the Jeff Hurst disputed goal. There's an old turnstile, some more World Cup memorabilia, and this is England's route to the World Cup final. And look at that, the famous 1966 World Cup trophy. Now the tour was over, it was back through the Bobby Moore Lounge to the press box for more food.
Quitting burgers with a non-league cakes, that's the new one. Fantastic.
As predicted by the Halifax radio presenter, the game finished 1-0 to the town. Commiserations to Gateshead, but it's FC Halifax Town who take home the FA Trophy. Our last duty as bona fide journalists was to ask some compelling questions to both managers.
We were sat next to the Gateshead fans. They were very noisy. What did you make of their support today and this season?
Yeah, they're phenomenal. Like I say, they're North East people. They're very passionate and very dedicated. That's why I moved back up there, because I loved it. They're close to my heart, and obviously they've had to deal with a lot of frustration and pain this year, and the majority of them, the core of them, stuck with us, backed us, even when we looked dead and buried. Everyone stuck together, and especially at the club, and hopefully this can go a certain way. Over the last couple of weeks, it's just having a focal point, building that energy and the positivity, and the time with the families, and then come here and an enjoyable experience. Would have been nice, obviously, to get over the line, but it doesn't take away everything that we've had for the last month.
I'm going to keep that in my pocket because I don't want to leave that anyway.
What are the plans for the rest of the evening? How will you be celebrating?
I think we're going over to a hotel somewhere to spend a bit of time enjoying the success and cuddling the FA Trophy, I think.
Will it be going home with you tonight?
Yeah, I think I've been given I've taken the responsibility of looking after it purely because I want it to end up at my place tonight. So that's hopefully it'll be keeping me awake tonight, just looking at it.
A great day out at Wembley, over 26,000 fans across both games. If you did enjoy this video, please do hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.